to 2 weeks, which is good. We were fearful it might be more than that.
Is Rogers strictly a fullback now? Or?
I'm sorry?
Rogers?
Yeah, mainly. But if we have to, he might be a guy who could do both. But we've worked him more at fullback and happy with his progress. Injury-wise, that's been a positive too, and I hate to talk about that too much, but it seems like we had what am I missing? Well, Coker's probably the biggest one.
CJ is
then everything today was pretty minor. I mean, it's not bumps and bruises, contusions, that type of thing. So I consider contusions minor, part of the game.
What about kick and punt returns right now? Where does that look?
We really haven't had any conversation. We'll start thinking about that a little bit more. But the good news is I think we got a pool of guys to draw upon, and certainly if we can stay healthy, that will help give us some depth. If our problems recently have been, guys getting injured, or we get thin at a position, so you're reluctant to use people, and so far so good so far.
Would you consider Keenan back there?
Was that bad grammar? Yeah, he's a candidate. He's a candidate for sure.
What about his progression? I mean, size-wise, he's a big receiver.
He's really taken a step, and that's good. And that's part of. I'm not saying it's an A.J. Eads story, but it's a little bit like that. He played last year. Not a lot of reps, during the course of the season, but I think that year really helped him. He's really done a nice job. I think this hottest season, he came back a lot more, just more mature and confident in his actions, and he's had a good camp. And I should hold my breath, but our receivers have really looked pretty good during camp. I don't think I've ever said that in 11 years. As a group. I mean, we've had guys really performing well, but as a group right now, it might be the most positive thing that I've seen. We'll see what they do this week, and Darrell's really done a nice job. How's that? When's the last time I said that?
The tweet was 12 years ago.
I speak the truth. He's really had a good week. He's working hard and really looks like a fifth-year senior. Like you hope a fifth-year senior would look.
Special teams. Where does that stand?
Well, I think we have a chance to be good, but we still have some protection issues, particularly on PAT field goal, and our kicking has not been consistent. Still is not consistent, so that's a little bit of a concern.
About personnel on those suicide units. Probably the film of this game will tell us something.
Yeah, I think we have the potential to have some real good coverage teams, and so we're happy about that. But part of that is staying healthy too. But I think we have some good candidates right now, and guys are eager. So, and we're going to need to be good on special teams. So I'd like to see us kick a little bit more consistently. Somebody didn't have a good day. That's okay. Our son. That's
11 days in, are you liking the chemistry of these guys?
They're working hard. And part of the telltale sign, injuries is part of it. I think we've been most of our injuries are more younger player oriented, which is, those guys are trying to catch up a little bit and get the tempo, and then just the way they've handled the heat. I mean, it's been warm. I'm not keeping track every day. I know that cold front that was coming in last night didn't last long. It did seem like it was pretty nice. I walked outside the building like around 8 o'clock, and it wasn't bad. Or 7 o'clock, whenever that was. But it was warm this morning, so the guys have handled the heat well, and that's a good indicator.
You obviously have a veteran team, and you know what you have in those guys, but what would it do for you if you could find some younger guys to take the next step?
Well, we need to, because I was just thinking about out here on the field. We do have some veterans that are good players. We know that, and we expect them to be ready to go. You just think about the guys that we've lost. It sounds like Hanger's really doing well. AJ unfortunately had a knee injury. It's going to keep him out this year. But Tony Moyaki, Spivey, Balaga, and there's 5 guys that are pretty good pros. I think they're going to be good pros. So to take those 5 guys, just for those 5 guys alone out of our lineup from last year, that tells you that we've got a lot of work to do. And part of that's the older guys, stepping up even another notch from where they are at in January, and then the other factor is, we need some young guys stepping in there and doing a good job. So that's the key. And I think tight end, for instance, Alan Reisner's, we got great confidence in him, and we have had for a while. But Brad Herman's starting to make some progress there. He looks better during this past 11 practices than he has at any point in his career. So those are the things we need to have happen. We need those kind of guys. I'll tell you another guy that's really had a probably if I picked one player this last 11 days, it's been Adam Geddes. Adam's really looked very, very good. He's really concentrating, been very consistent, and he's flashed at times, but now he looks like a consistent guy that's really ready to jump in there and play at a high level. So those are the stories we need right now.
When guys are in their third year to fourth year of the program, they get to that stage, is that the biggest jump you see is consistency?
Yeah, you hope so. Yeah, just and for Adam as an example, I mean, he's been catching up. He came in here about 230, 225, wherever he was, but so he's been working hard physically to get to a level where he can play, and he'll be one of the smallest guards in the league, I would imagine. But I think he'll be one of the better ones too, because now he's just practicing start to finish with a good focus. And I can't say that about him a year ago. At times he was pretty good, and other times he drifted a little bit. So I think that is one of the something I hope you see the maturity develop with a player, and he's certainly a good example of a guy who's doing that.
I know you addressed this earlier, some of us were in the back and couldn't hear you. Can you just address the Wecker situation again, please?
Yeah, he just, he left camp on Sunday, and, I think he's just trying to work through some things. Our stance is this, we're all hopeful, and I think I speak for everybody on our team. I know I do the coaching staff. We're hopeful he chooses to come back to the team at some given point. There's no timeline or anything like that. I think it's important right now that he just gets things settled in his mind and feels good about it. And, personally, I can't imagine him not coming back. But, you never know. You just never know. And I think his intentions right now are to stay in school, which is first and foremost. And then just get comfortable with things. And, that's about where it's at right now.
Is a redshirt a possibility, Coach?
Yeah, anything's possible. I hope it doesn't go that far. But if, if he chooses not to play this year, he's got one available. So, that's the good news. But, he's a young guy, and I was just going to say it's we forget this sometimes. These guys are college students, and they got a lot going through their minds. But I hold myself there too, because they can say the same thing about adults. I mean, I've had days, and we've all had days where hey, what the heck, one of those deals, and I think it's one of those things. But it's just important for him right now just to get comfortable and
How does that change your mentality at camp? Obviously, I guess you're preparing as though you're not going to have him for Eastern Illinois.
Yeah, we have to. I mean, it's as if a player were hurt. You have to just take that attitude that things happen and we have to move on. So that's the attitude that we all have right now. And again, we're just hopeful that he finds a good resolution.
What have you seen out of